Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Venkesh Experience. This is the third episode to be exact. Well, I like to be exact, that's all. and Today we're going to talk about procrastination. And why procrastination, you might ask? Well, I have an answer for you. I'm a business and a psychology major. Well, my my major degree is business, but I did a minor in psychology. So I thought, well, you know what? I studied psychology, so I might as well explain a thing or two about psychology. So yeah, there are many things within psychology itself. There is how to stay calm in difficult situations. There is how to self-regulate, how to self-motivate, how to be disciplined, how to I'm sorry, I'm lost for words here. One moment. Yeah, I got it. How to be responsible. Yeah. So, well, how to be responsible is kind of falls under discipline, but it's more structured. Yeah. So each and every topic you go into, it's all about how to, and then the why. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? So yeah, and basically, if we go deep down the rabbit hole, it'll be about what chemicals is responsible for what, and it kind of talks a little bit about chemistry, meaning, okay, so this chemical is imbalanced, so that's why we are doing this, because that signaling should be this way, and this is the other way, so the body responds to that imbalance. Well, yeah. So the deeper I go into this, the more complicated it'll be. So I'll keep it simple. So today's episode is about procrastination. I'm repeating myself the third time. Am I? Well, yeah. Well, you know what? Once again, I'll go for it. So the term procrastination is vastly spread out there. So what is procrastination, right? Okay, so procrastination is poor time management due to delayed intentionally. Sorry, let me rephrase that for you. It's poor time management because we intentionally delay. I repeat, because we intentionally delay. So it's something that we learned, and we can unlearn it. So yeah, I was doing more and more research about this, and I found out that almost 20% of all men and women are affected by procrastination worldwide. And there are some feedback suggesting that people who procrastinate, they just procrastinate, and there's nothing that can be done about it. And I instantly got frustrated. I mean, I wasn't enraged. I mean, if I were enraged, that would be madness, because I'm civilized. Yeah, people are civilized. That's why we are called as humans. All right. Yeah. So let me get to the point here. So as soon as I heard about this, I felt kind of a frustration, because as humans, we are meant to thrive, and we're not limited to some world. Okay. We're not limited to anything. Okay. If we put our minds to it, we are limitless. So that being said, so I was going here, there, and then I stumbled onto this podcast. This podcast was by Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins talks to a doctor. I mean, he's not a doctor, but he has the title of a doctor. His name is Joseph Ferrari, and they have a wonderful discussion about procrastination. I mean, it's not like a discussion. It's more like an investigative info session, so to speak. So yeah, let's dive into this. Well, who's Mel Robbins and Joseph R. Ferrari, you might ask? Well, let me explain. So Mel Robbins is an American presenter and author. He is also a podcast host, motivational speaker, and former lawyer. She is known for her TEDx talk, How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over, and her book, The 5-Second Rule. Let's move on to Joseph R. Ferrari. Who is he? So, yeah, let me explain. Well, Dr. Ferrari, PhD, is a distinguished professor of psychology at DePaul University and the American Psychological Association's main resource on procrastination. He is a well-known person who is featured on ABC News and Good Morning America, as well as on NPR, BBC, and NBC Radio. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into their ideologies and their prevention methods to overcome procrastination. And let me once again tell you guys, they know what they're talking about. They are well known all over the globe. Wherever you search, regardless of Instagram, Facebook's other social media, you'll find about them. So as Mel Robbins and Dr. Ferrari were conversing in the podcast, these were my findings. So Dr. Ferrari describes procrastination as poor time management by intentionally delaying. It's not delaying by any external factor like floods or storm, nor it's not the same as pondering, whereas we'll be thinking actively. Dr. Ferrari differentiates that there are two types of procrastination: procrastinator and procrastinating. The person who has the pattern of delaying consistently throughout his or her life is a procrastinator. The person who is procrastinating is simply delaying for a single situation as they are dealing with it. For example, any academic event. I repeat, any academic event. I'm repeating because to clarify if my accent wasn't clear. Yep. So moving on. So he also mentions that procrastinators are great excuse makers because they can go on and on with feasible explanations. Well, guys, if we have an explanation that's surreal for us, but explanations do kill. So yeah. Yep. So moving on. Okay. Procrastinators often deal with decision fatigue or decision procrastination. So they would instead make the person accompanying them choose. But if the choice made for them doesn't suit them, they would complain about it. Dr. Ferrari explains like this: making the other person decide for you is fine, but you have to understand that once you have given your option to choose, you have lost that right. So you shouldn't point out their decision after learning your right. Decision fatigue / procrastination happens when there is too many options to choose from. He also talks about briefly. Let me rephrase that. He also talks briefly about cognitive behavioral therapy and meta-learning / analysis. Meta-learning is gathering studies together, creating a formula, and see which one works. Cognitive behavioral therapy: your thought process while doing the activity. Dr. Ferrari then explains us with this. So there's a principle called the pre-Mac principle. It's basically a reinforcement method that acts as a reward system. Let me give an example. So give a person an activity, let's say wash dishes for 10 minutes, and then they're allowed to watch TV for 10 minutes. So we are telling them to do the work, and then for that they get an immediate reward after that. Dr. Ferrari mentions that procrastinators don't like other procrastinators, as they themselves would find faults in others due to delaying. Important note by Dr. Ferrari: we are not born with procrastination, and that it's learned and we can unlearn it. He said exactly that. He also provides test results suggesting that procrastinators often like to submit or do anything at the last minute, and the reason they give is they like the thrill and or the work. They work best during those times of pressure. But the test result suggests that work they submitted had a lot of errors. The conclusion Dr. Ferrari made was that people who procrastinate either fall under option 1, choice, or option 2, claim procrastination. So they either give excuses or they settle for this is who they are. Both reasons are given as they can't handle criticism, as they would feel they're not good enough or they need to be perfect. Dr. Ferrari says that to beat procrastination, you have to pause and think, to do things ahead of time and not the last minute. He also mentions the fact that society is one of the factors why we procrastinate so much. Let me give an example. Yay, there's a big sale during Christmas. We can wait till the last minute and buy, so we'll be rewarded. Hooray! So it's a win-win. But it's actually not. So, yeah. So he also presents an important statistic that would shock us. And I think this was part of one that I was talking about. So it seems that 20% of men and women all over the world suffer from procrastinating. He also points out that the fact that we look for instant and not delayed gratification. He also points out that no one appreciates when we are early, but everyone points out when we are late. It's a thing, guys. So, yeah. At the end of the conversation, Dr. Ferrari was asked by Mel Robbins how to negate this behavior. Dr. Ferrari responds saying that we cannot avoid it, but we can overcome it. And looking for answers for avoidance is part of the problem, causing us to not prevent procrastination. Let me give you a quote. Prevention is better than a cure. So let's seek prevention rather than focusing on a cure, and let's look to overcome something rather than avoiding it. Hey guys, so we are at the end of my findings already. This is the last stretch. So here we go. Yeah. So Dr. Ferrari provides measures to overcome this. He says we must take baby steps. I repeat, we must take baby steps. Let me give an example. So if a person who is interested in doing cardio, let's say hopping on the bike, strides on the Stairmaster, or going for a walk, natural outside, or via treadmill, anything. So, and they're tasked to do cardio for 30 minutes. Okay, feeling bored, then start by doing 5 to 10 minutes, and then shift to 10 to 15 minutes after a week or two. He also gives a pairing activity to make the activity less dull. So pair an activity to make it less of a drag and to make it more pleasurable. Let me give you an example. Listen to music while doing cardio, etc. So when you're doing cardio, you're stationary and performing the activity. So I can tell from personal experience that doing cardio in a stationary state is boring. So how to beat this? Well, you can listen to a podcast like I have, or listen to music or watch movies, and enjoy them while doing what needs to be done. So hooray! Once again, yeah. And the second one, he also mentions that we should celebrate every win or milestone regardless of big or small. Let me give you an example for this one. This is from personal experience as well. So during a weight loss journey, I lost 2 kgs. I lost 2 kgs in 2 weeks. That's the start. But if you don't reflect on it, it'll be more of a drag. But if you do reflect on it, you'll feel like, oh, I was 95 kilos and now I'm minus 2 kilos down. Hooray! Meaning I have something to look forward to because what I'm doing is working already. So yeah, everything has a bright side, guys. You just have to look to it. And the conclusion, taking a victory lap here and there would ease the process of your journey. Gives you something to look forward to. That's right, guys. That's it. This is an hour-long podcast, I think. I didn't exactly count the numbers, but count the timeline, but I think it's close to an hour. But I made it short. This is I made it short, and this is my I'm using this as my personal diary slash a gateway to explain my findings through podcasting as well. So I hope you guys enjoy my content, and let's we are in the journey together, and let's make it worth our while. Venkatesh signing out. And that's all, folks. Thanks for listening to Venkatesh Experience. And once again, thank you so much. It's because of you guys that I'm motivated to do this again and again. And every time I'm doing, that's the reason I'm driven to seek out more new content to give you guys. So it's a win-win, right? Yeah, awesome. So before I wrap this up, I would like to end this session with a positive note. So boys and girls, all people out there, you have to listen to this carefully. So as human beings, we are created to do great things, but to do that, we have to exceed our limitations, and by doing that alone we can we can truly see what we are really capable of to unlock our full potential, so to speak. So that's the positive note I shall end with in this podcast, and see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye. And one more thing I want to clarify. One more thing I have to state before I leave. I got sick in the middle of doing this episode. So I finished half, and now I'm doing half because I'm almost like 85 to 90% recovered. So that's the reason for the delay. And also for my next episode, I'd like to leave a hint. For my next episode, it's about Chinatown. Well, what's Chinatown, you may ask? Well, I could tell you. Well, I could give you a glimpse right now, but even by me giving you guys a glimpse, I'd be spoiling the episode. And I'd like to keep the suspense. And I'm sure that most people out there will immediately hop onto the internet and start typing "What's Chinatown?" and you guys might have an idea. But but still, I would like to share my own experiences and my perspective of Chinatown, because I've already mentioned. Well, I'm giving something away right now, but it's okay. But I've already mentioned that Chinatown is the equivalent of Chennai's T Nagar. So yes, guys, that's that. And this, and okay, I'm running out of proper sentencing here. Okay, before I start blabbering too much. Okay, guys, have a good night. I hope you all have a good weekend, because I know I'm gonna have a good weekend. Alright, guys, good night. Peace. Bye.